Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about learning your lines because it's kind of something you really need to do as an actor. Okay, so before we start talking about methods, I want to talk about the types of learning because that is going to be key to what helps you figure out what method is going to be best for you for learning your lines. There are 3 types of learning: auditory, kinesthetic, and visual. Obviously, you know, visual is going to be seeing something being done or just reading your lines. Auditory is going to be hearing and listening to it being played again and again, and kinesthetic is doing it, physically moving whilst you're learning. Figuring out which one of those it works for you is going to be so much more helpful than just trying out really random methods. So here are a few methods. I'm only going to give you a couple because I think if you give the full-on list of methods, there would be too many to try and pick out of, but I'm going to teach you ones that I've used myself and that I've found for other people have been useful. First up is the one that I always use, and that is repetition. So I like to hear it out loud or read it out loud to myself 10 times in a row. It's the 10 times rule. And I will take a sentence and read it out loud 10 times. And then I read the next sentence out loud 10 times, and then I try and do those two together 10 times. And I build it up from there. And that works a treat for me. I've learnt quite good chunks of scripts in one day just from using that method. It works so well. Another one that you can use for that is working with an app called Line Learner, which I use. And basically you can record the other people's parts and you can leave gaps in between so that you can read your lines with a line partner that is virtual. It's really useful, especially when you haven't got anyone around and everyone's busy. Otherwise, normally I would work with Ed. He would help me out with my lines, or my mum. Both of them work quite well with that. They're used to it. I would say the thing is to focus on one line at a time. Don't try and give yourself huge amounts of text to learn in one hit, and take breaks, because you need to allow that stuff to sink in first before you try shoving a whole load more of information into your brain. It's just gonna be too much, and then you'll be wondering why you're not learning it, and then, oh my god, there's a wasp in the room. Someone help me, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. There's a wasp on my camera. As you can tell, I don't like wasps. That wasn't nice. I did get it in a cup and I chucked it back outside, so it's all okay. I braved it. One of my other methods is learning during rehearsal, which I suppose is more kinesthetic, and I kind of like a combination of all types of learning, but I'm probably better after I've physically felt out the words, maybe, if that's the right term. Just being able to know where you need to be on a stage is where the words come in, kind of a thing. I use that quite a lot, and that can be really useful, especially if you're someone who's I don't know about anyone else, but when I'm on the phone, if I'm having a long conversation, I'll pace up and down, and I think quite a lot of people do that, and it's kind of like that, but learning your lines and doing it that way, if that makes sense. Something that other people have used is writing your lines down, but I kind of feel like that's not too much effort, but it's a lot, and you know, I mean, again, I learn differently. If you find that useful, that's gonna work and gonna work for you, great, but I think it's gonna be quite time consuming to do that. And generally, as a rule of thumb, when you get given a role, you haven't got tons and tons of time to learn unless it's theatre. But even with theatre, you need to learn some of your lines before you're really kind of going into rehearsal. So even if you just got the base, it's quite useful. So I hope those methods are going to help you out. I will have listed them all down below because, let's be real here, my brain is a mess of jumbled information and I just got nearly murdered by a wasp. So this has been an entertaining video. I hope these have been a few useful methods. Maybe they're ones you've come across before. I know they're basic, but sometimes it's really good to just go back to the basics instead of trying to go for complicated methods and other things. You just start going down that rabbit hole and it's not always worth it. I would always say to people, start right from the beginning. You know, if you're lost, go back to the basics. It's always the best place to go. It's things like with happy, sad and angry. They're the basics. Go back to them if you're not sure what character's feeling in the moment. Don't make it too complicated. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed those. I will be doing more videos. I'm doing a video every Sunday and then seeing whether I want to do some more videos during the week if I can. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I will appreciate that very much, and then you get to see some more wacky videos from me, hopefully not with more wasps in them. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram because I post on there as well. I do the story updates. It helps. Hopefully you'll see me again on a screen, and I will see you through a lens sometime very, very soon. Okay guys, bye!